nothing but amorphous rubble and the acrid stench of death that clung to the air, robbing me of the hope I needed to find. A guttural scream left my body in the anguish of incomprehension of what I had just witnessed. Never forget. There are days when I wish I just could, but I can't, and I won't. Not only was the sky empty, my soul was empty as well, but my heart aches to see the incomplete and brutalized condition of empty sky today. Some 5 million people pass this place each year. Last summer, I was brought to tears when I heard one of them decry, "This is just such typical dirty Jersey." It is time. It is long past time to finish the job we started so many years ago.
In stunned silence, we continued to watch the events unfold on the command center's large screen TVs. Never did any of us consider our location, the Pentagon Fortress, to be at risk. In a flash, at 9:37, the entire command center exploded in an orange fireball, and I was slammed to the deck by a massive and thunderous shockwave. I never lost consciousness, and I immediately sensed that I was on fire. A coordinated attack, I thought. I felt the flames, the space quickly being overcome with smoke. It burned my mouth and my throat, and I struggled to breathe. My mind raced to my wife Blanca, the love that we shared, and I was sickened at the thought of never seeing her again. I'm alive, I thought. I'm alive. Keep moving, I yelled out. I had to find a way to escape. And as I crawled through the rubble and the flames, I could see glimpses of daylight through that smoke. I felt my adrenaline kick in, and I rapidly climbed over the debris, stood and walked through what was a freshly blown out hole in a brick wall in the alley that ran between the Pentagon's B and C rings. Without looking too closely at my hands, I knew they were severely burned and the skin was sloughing off. And as I crossed the threshold of that punch-out hole, an image of the famous Vietnam War photograph of a young girl, badly burned, running naked down the road, flashed in my mind. You're as helpless as that little girl, I thought to myself, as I desperately cried out for help. My calls were answered by a man who I didn't know on the morning of 9/11, but whom I love as a brother today, Army Sergeant First Class Steve Workman. Steve evacuated me from that area, and he commandeered what was likely one of the first ambulances to arrive at the Pentagon. He put me into that ambulance, he jumped in the ride, and we raced off to the hospital.